But ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere, because up next, it's James Storm versus Rob Van Dam. It's right after this. Wow, nothing like some fried chicken and lovin'.
Don't forget the vibrating phone.
On one of the most important nights in the Bound for Glory series, our first look at the leaderboard.
Well, there it is, the dreaded red line of death. Don't be below there. Top 4 advance to the semifinals of the Bound for Glory series.
On September 9th in No Surrender, the final 4 men in the BFG series will compete to determine who will go on to Bound for Glory to fight for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Tonight will prove to be a critical test for the TNA superstars that remain on the road to the gold. The whole effing show, Rob Van Dam will have a chance to solidify his point total with a pinfall or submission win. However, he faces the current BFG points leader, Cowboy James Storm. A win from either man will almost ensure a spot in the coveted Final 4. Tonight, who will score the victory and gain the momentum heading into No Surrender?
The following contest scheduled for one fall is a Bound for Glory series match. Introducing first from Battle Creek, Michigan,
Christy Hemme should get like 160 points just for being so damn hot.
As we enter the home stretch, final days of the Bound for Glory series, Rob Van Dam controls his own destiny. To make it simple, in one of his last 2 matches to nail down a spot in the Final 4, but 2 losses, and Van Dam could be on the outside looking in.
About your damn luck.
And his opponent from Leapersburg, Tennessee, the Cowboy, James Storm!
There were a lot of people who felt that James Storm was the one individual who had the most to prove in the Bound for Glory series. That coming off his loss to Bobby Roode at Lockdown. And if you think about it, the Cowboy set the tone. He set the pace, winning the opening 20-point gauntlet match, jumping out to an early lead. James Storm sits in first place. He's number 1. This is the final match for James Storm in the Bound for Glory series.
And it's massive. I mean, to lock in a spot if Storm can be victorious over the very, very tough Van Dam. To lock yourself into that Final 4. Listen, James Storm has done a phenomenal, excellent, amazing job in this Bound for Glory series, Mike. Seems like he's been at the tippy top the whole way through.
Yeah, almost wire to wire at this point for the Cowboy. Final 4 to meet September 9th at No Surrender. We'll have the semifinals. We'll also have the finals that night. But big news, because the wrestler who ends up finishing in first place in the Bound for Glory series, he gets to choose his opponent in the semifinals at No Surrender. That's the night we find out who challenges for the world title at Bound for Glory. That is huge.
That is a massive, massive, massive deal. If you win this, and if you're the top of the heap, if you're number 1, you get to pick your opponent in the semifinals. That is humongous for sure. Right now, though, Storm has got to try to keep Van Dam at bay here. Don't let Rob's body get free, meaning those kicks and those feet. It will knock the taste out of your mouth.
To get on the inside, to get all the latest news from our TNA president, Dixie Carter. Follow her on Twitter at TNA Dixie. And while you're at it, check out our Backstage Pass on Facebook. Exclusive content that you're not getting anywhere else.
How about what we heard? I mean, Hulk Hogan coming out here with Sting, weapons in hand, telling the World Heavyweight Champion, Austin Aries, basically, we got your back. We're here for support. Hogan said if they want a bloodbath, Ace and Ace, we'll give them one. And Aces and Ace basically saying, Mike, hey, we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, we heard the threat, the ominous words from Aces and Eights. We'll be down there later on. Whoa. Wasn't that it?
That was basically it for sure. See the flexibility from Van Dam with that split. Very impressive.
Equally as impressive, the forearm shot, the strike by Storm, and the Cowboy stacks up RVD for 2.
Well, you see the sense of urgency that the Cowboy James Storm had, but he went for that cover on someone like Van Dam because you better be aggressive in your covers. to try and get a pinfall win on Rob.
Still to come tonight, we are live here in Orlando. It is the results of Gut Check. We will find out if Chris Louis gets a contract tonight. Also, 2 other huge, very important Bound for Glory Series matches. It's must-win time when Kurt Angle faces Jeff Hardy.
Oh, God, you're not kidding. I mean, listen, whoever wins that match between Angle and Hardy has life. The loser is outdone. Thanks for coming in the Bound for Glory Series.
And our other Bound for Glory Series matchup tonight, continuation of the long-term rivalry between the phenomenal AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Nuff said there.
Yes, sir. Oh, watch out. Oh! Again, that flexibility of Van Dam, able to get that foot up, that kick up, and pop Storm right in the side of his head.
Van Dam has second thoughts. Boom! Then goes slingshot, crashing down onto Storm. Who's going to prevail in the Bound for Glory Series? James Storm, Rob Van Dam. The answer when we return to Impact Wrestling Live.
Honey, I'm
Back live on Impact Wrestling. This, the Bound for Glory Series matchup.
Here we go.
Storm the cover on Van Dam. Stacks him up and gets just 2. This, the action that went down just moments ago during the commercial break. Take it, Taz.
Yo, Van Dam right there just dropping Storm. And look at that shit, his leg drop. Tell you what, Van Dam was all over James Storm during the commercial break. And Storm just getting lit up right here by Van Dam.
James Storm trying to maintain his first place status, his lead in the Bound for Glory Series. It would give him a huge edge at No Surrender because the winner of the Bound for Glory Series, the first place competitor at the end of the regular series, gets to pick his opponent in the semifinal matchup. RVD gonna spring back on target. Perfect.
Yeah, Van Dam, he is just, oh, you know what, he wants to go for that Rolling Thunder right now. He looks excellent in this matchup here. He understands the level, the height of importance of this Bound for Glory Series match. Rolling Thunder was hit. Can Rob beat him?
Here's the pin. Van Dam hooks the far leg and gets to another near fall. You know, it was back at Slammiversary where James Storm made his return to TNA Wrestling. He ended the undefeated streak of Crimson that night. He's been on a roll ever since. And you can check it out. Our Slammiversary DVD. It is on sale now at Shop TNA.
Look at this, nice back round kick by the Cowboy. Oh my God, an exclamation point DDT.
Jumping DDT.
Got him.
Not enough. Again, the importance of this Bound for Glory Series match. Storm wants to maintain the lead. He wants to hand-pick his opponent in the semifinals at No Surrender. On the other hand, Van Dam looking for a win, either tonight or next week when it's his final match, because that probably is going to put him in the Final Four.
I think Van Dam might be counting sheep after that jumping DDT. He's in a bad way, Rob.
You know, we've been watching the educated feet of both Rob Van Dam and the Cowboy, James Storm. As Storm able to get RVD up to his shoulders.
Eye to Storm!
Release. Stack him up again. Another pin attempt and another 2 count.
That just goes to show you how tough, how relentless RVD is to sustain that kind of punishment to the back of his skull, not once, but twice. The normal man would be out like a light pin, beat, done. Van Dam just keeps on ticking, man.
A dazed and a weary Van Dam, using the ropes essentially to try and get back up to his feet. Met in the corner by Storm, who unleashes the right.
Put everything behind that right hand did the Cowboy. Cowboy can do just about anything he wants here. Oh, wait a minute.
Quick recovery by RVD. Rolls through and monkey flip out of the corner.
That was a pretty big monkey flip right there. Might be enough time right here for Van Dam to recoup, try to string together a couple of maneuvers to level the playing field a little bit. Massive victory for the Cowboy. I mean, Van Dam might have been going. He did a roll through. Might have been going for his monkey flip. But the Cowboy just sat, played a little possum, I think, Mike. And then that last call, super kick, hit its mark. Let's take a look here. Van Dam rolls through. Well, Van Dam rolled through, and then that kick. I know when I saw it live, it hit its mark.
Huge victory for the Cowboy, James Storm, because as a result of the 7 points off the pin over RVD, he maintains the lead. First place in the Bound for Glory series. Going to send it to ringside. Our broadcast colleague, Christy Hemme, is going to get a word with the man who is in first place in the Bound for Glory series. It's a post-match celebration for James Storm.
Congratulations, James Storm, on making it to the Final Four in the Bound for Glory series.
Christy, I did exactly what I said I was going to do when I came back in front of these people right here. I said I was going to win this series and win back my World Heavyweight Championship.
Storm must maintain first place to pick his opponent at No Surrender.